Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada. And today, we bring to you the World Cup. That's right, the 2026 World Cup is here. Team Canada is ready to take part. We're ready for our first game. Now, we're not the first game to have taken place in this Olympics, but this will be our first game, as you can see here on the schedule, versus Qatar. Now, we got a little bit of build-up before we get to the game, so let's take a look at the schedule. See what we did coming up to here. No, of course not Vancouver's schedule, Team Canada's schedule. So we had a couple of friendlies. And honestly, I wasn't too thrilled with these friendlies. A pair of 0-0 draws. We were very, very conservative. Sort of scared to come out of our shell and play against these two teams. So we have Algeria here. A decent team, not a great team. You can look at their values. They've got some good players. I mean, they're fairly equal to us in many respects. They are 50th in the world, so they're right around our area. But, you know, I just thought we should have played better and we should have done better against these guys than a 0-0 draw. And the same goes for Serbia, who's likewise, they've got some very talented players on their team. So maybe I shouldn't be so upset with a draw against Serbia. They are ranked 37th in the world, so they're a significant step up. But I think against, some of the teams that we should beat, I think we need to be a little bit more aggressive. And against teams like Serbia, it's okay to just sort of eke out a draw. I think that's fine. Honestly, as I played Serbia, I didn't feel like we were eking out a draw. It felt like we were, mostly in control of that game. But for whatever reason, we just couldn't score. So it's 2 games in a row that we could not score a single goal, and I'm not real happy about that. All right, so we're going to make a few tweaks here and there. We're going to look at our lineup, look at our roster, and look at the competition. So let us take a look at the competition, the World Cup. There have been a few games already. Look at this, USA on the top of their group with none other than Serbia. So we know that, USA's got a potential to beat Serbia. They sort of trounced Saudi Arabia 4-0, so that was an outstanding effort from them. Spain's at the top of Group B, Croatia at the top of Group C, South Korea beating Costa Rica. So the first loss for North American team is right there, Costa Rica losing to South Korea. Looks like 2-0, perhaps. We can check out the actual scores in a little bit. But then Group E, Mexico on top, beating China by 1 goal. 3 points for Mexico on top. Paraguay, South American, has not played. Switzerland and Cameroon with a draw. So we'll see what happens in Group F. Group G, not a lot for us to worry about there. Romania's on top. Sweden on top of Group H with 3 points with a win over Ivory Coast. Australia, no one has played in Group I, no one has played in Group J, K, L, M. All right, so just the first few groups have played. We can check out the matches and results. Let's see. So there's that Mexico score, 1-0 over China. There's that USA score, 4-0, and it's 3-1 South Korea over Costa Rica. So it's, been an entertaining first couple of days of the World Cup. Some big results, especially on the first day. Multiple goal victories by everybody in that first group, that first pod of games. Second pod, things calmed down a little bit, though Romania was the big winner there against Congo. And then a great game, Sweden versus Ivory Coast, 3-2. That brings us to today's matchups. Italy and Honduras. That's one of our North American teams to watch out for. Ghana, Uzbekistan, Turkey, North Korea, and then, of course, Canada versus Qatar. Now, if you're wondering, The host for the World Cup of 2026 is a triple header of USA, Canada, and Mexico, so we might be getting a home game here of sorts. We'll see. We've at least got the North American crowd should be with us, I would hope, but I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to give any of us home games, or are they going to mix it all up and say, Canada plays in USA, USA plays in Mexico, Mexico plays in Canada. I don't know how they're going to do it, so we shall see once we get to our match preview. Is there anything else we really want to look at? I mean, we've kind of looked at everything. Is there like a, let's see, profile, stages, qualifiers, rules? Guess we could look at the rules here. 48 teams in this World Cup, the biggest World Cup ever as far as I know. Number of matches, 2 games, so we play each other once, and that's it for this first round. So we got to win these games. There's no margin for error whatsoever. 23 players on the roster, 3 goalkeepers. Let's see. The league sorting rules go goal difference, goals scored, and then results between the 2 teams. Discipline record. Okay, so that's something interesting to keep track of. How would you like to get knocked out of the World Cup because one of your guys gets a red card? That would be horrific. Yeah, so that's about it. Not a lot going on for this first round. So let's kind of get right to it. Let's get to our match preview, and we can take a look at our squad, take a look at their squad, see how we match up today. Here we are, Canada versus Qatar. We are the favorites, even money on Canada, 5-11 for Qatar. We're coming in poor form, unfortunately. 2 losses and 2 draws in our last 4. They've got fair form, 1 loss, 1 win, and 1 draw in their last 3. So they haven't played many games recently. They're coming in, their preferred form is the 4-4-2 Diamond Narrow, and our preferred form is the 4-4-2. That's what we've played a lot of our games recently. They do have an injury, though. Abdul Karim Hassan is out with pulled ankle ligaments. That's probably not too good for them. So let's take a look at Qatar, starting with their head coach. Abdul Aziz Al-Khawari, an interesting head coach, not really what you would call a great head coach on the international level. He just got hired in 2023, so he's had a few years to work with this team and this system, and that's all he's ever done in his entire life. As he was born and raised, and now he is the head coach for the national team. Good for him. Maybe he's a prince. I don't know how it works in Qatar, but we shall see. Anyway, he's okay. He's sort of what you might consider a lower level manager. He does have lots of discipline, but everything else is fairly low. Take a look at his nation, his team. We'll take a look at the team first, I suppose. It does have a few decently valued players. Edmilson Jr., valued at $8.25 million, playing in Al Dahel. Okay, not sure what that is or where that is, but he's making good money. Where is Al Dahel? The Qatari Stars League. Okay, so he's playing in the domestic league. It looks like all these guys are playing in their domestic league, as far as we know. There's one guy, maybe not, Leon Sabi. Anyway, he's one of their lowest valued players. So they've got some decently valued players. We don't know a heck of a lot about them. Their central defender, 32 years old, injured. So really, our scouts haven't done a tremendous job with these guys. Even though we've had like 6 months, we've known our matchups, and I guess we just didn't send anybody to scout them. That's a bit of an oversight. Anyway, take a look at the nation. Nicknamed the Maroon, probably for their flag color there, maroon and white. Rival nations, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain. Population 2.25 million. So it's a very, very small nation. We should be able to beat them, but, it's international soccer. Anything can happen. Let's see. Their national stadium, Khalifa International Stadium, 68,000 capacity. Soccer Federation's been around for a while, since 1960, so that's good. Their captain is Amini Lacomte. Sure. He looks pretty good. He looks very technical. We don't know much about him. He's a big guy. 6'4", 205 pounds. He's the goalkeeper. Okay, that's why he's so big. He's a goalkeeper. Great one-on-ones. Good reflexes, concentration. So he might be hard to score on. Vice captain is Tamim El-Muhaza. Put it that way. Acceleration, very good. He's a right back. Not very physical. Very low jumping reach, low strength. So we might be able to overpower that kind of guy. And then their key player, Khalid Saleh Ali. Attacking center mid, 32 appearances, 7 goals. Great vision, so he's a tremendous playmaker in the middle for them. So we're going to have to close him down. Make sure he doesn't have a lot of room to maneuver. Their National League is okay. It's about as good as the Canadian National League, not MLS. MLS is 3 stars. So MLS is a little better, but they're about as good as the Canadian Premier League. And they are 63rd in the world, so we should have the advantage on these guys. Take a look at Canada. Take a look at our nation. How about that? See how our nation has grown. Still 3.6 million. USA and Honduras. We didn't gain Mexico as a rival. I would have liked to have gained Mexico as a rival. Just didn't work out that way. Piet is our captain. Jaguar is our vice captain. Cabra is still our key player. And look at that. The Canadian Premier League gained a half star. When we started this competition, they were only 2 stars. So now they've gained 2.5 stars. They're getting up there. They're not rivals with MLS, but they're a good alternative to MLS. I don't think any of the other leagues in North America are 2.5 stars. I think they're all sort of stuck at 2 stars. So that's promising for the Canadian Premier League, honestly. We are 48th in the world. I would have liked for our ranking to be a little better than that by the time of the World Cup, but that's what it is. We're going to have to play above our station. And take a look at our roster. We'll go by value. Sure, why not? We've been judging all the other nations by value. So you can see here, no Davies. Davies, he was not able to recover from his injury in time. He's still got like 3 months left on his injury, so he's out. So our best player is out for the World Cup. That makes Jonathan David our best player. Versus 21.5 million, 4-star player, pretty good. Cabra, 20.5 million, 4.5 stars. So he's technically our best player, but he's not our most high-value player because Jonathan David's a guy who can get up and down and score goals for us. Hopefully, he's looking pretty solid. His technicals, I wish his technicals were a little better, but he's got it where it counts. Technique and dribbling. I wish his finishing was a little better, but I think he plays more of a wing type when he plays for his club team. I don't know that he's their main striker. So I don't know that he's really focused on that kind of thing. Anyway, we brought in Millar as well. It's up to 9.5 million value. Sean Hundle. So we got a lot of strikers on the team. Jonathan Jackson-O'Mell at central midfield. Tim Mateo made the team. Julian Dunn. Faria. So that's kind of our right wingers there. Although Tim Mateo can play on the left. Faria can play on the left too. That's kind of why I brought them in. Not only were they sort of our best players, but they're also very versatile. Both of them can play left or right. Both of them can play midfield or attacking midfield. That's fine. We got Dunn on defense, Latkovic on defense. Baloo made his way back into the team. That's one of the, having Davies out left has brought us another wing player that we can put in there. So we got Baloo in there. And then a surprise call-up. Stankovic got the call-up. He's playing outstanding right now for Vancouver. He gives us that speed out there on the left wing. He's also a more natural left midfielder than any of our other guys. But he can also play, left wing as well. And honestly, he's playing so well right now. We needed a boost. And I decided to call him up. That's another... if Davies was here, we wouldn't have called him up. But we were able to take a risk on him because we have so many other versatile wingers. Bring the young guy up. See if he can continue his strong form for us in the World Cup. Luke McGee, probably our most important player. Goalkeeper. Rocco on defense, Jaguar, Ahmed. Oro is back at right back, David Norman. In the midfield, Aiden Daniels. Another sort of, we needed a playmaker. And he's another guy who's been playing great for Vancouver. So we called him up as well. Jean, our reserve goalkeeper, he's been a lifeline for us. If anything happens to McGee, he's a fine reserve for us. Piet, team captain. He's one of our most important players for the nation. Great mental, great leadership. We need him on the team. Lucas Cavallini got the call up at striker. Darren Sr., he was injured most of the year. He was not fit. So Cavallini gets that spot. Tamori is back, another versatile defender. And then finally on the list is Lee Harris, goalkeeper, third goalkeeper, playing for FC Edmonton. He's not going to get any playing time if I can help it, but he's on the team, and, he's a good player. So let's go. Let's get to our team selection. Wait a minute. We got to continue with the match preview, right? We sort of got sidetracked. So here we are. We got 1300 kickoff at Estadio BVA Vancouver in Monterrey, Mexico. So we are sort of switching around. No home game for Team Canada. 71 and calm, refereed by Erhan Kaya, Turkish referee. He's got pretty good ratings. He had a very good rating. Spain versus Macedonia, 9.9 rating. So he's a highly regarded referee. Average rating, 8.93. How good is that? I don't know. I've never really paid attention. But look at that. He's a 4.5-star referee. So can't argue with that, I guess. He's got star ratings. You can't argue with star ratings. It's just how it works. Let's see. So it looks like all of our competitions are going to be held at this venue right now. Is that how that works? No, that's just our fixtures. Anyway, get out of here. Here's our group: Canada, Norway, Qatar. So we're going to try to start off strong in this group. And let's go. Let's submit the team. Tamori is lacking a little bit of sharpness, but, gambled a little bit to include a couple of unfit guys. So here we go. They are going with the diamond formation. So they're going to be strong up the middle. So I decided to go with the Vancouver Z formation because they were strong against the 4-4-2. It's been my experience that the diamond is strong against the 4-4-2 because it acts like sort of a wedge, and it can sort of just hammer its way right through the middle of the 4-4-2. So now that we've got all these guys here clogging up the middle, and then we've also got strength down the wings. So hopefully we can take advantage of that, and we can win. That's all there is to it. All right, so we've got McGee in goal, Zlatkovic and Tamori at the fullbacks, Jaguar and Dunn central defense. Bit of a shocker there, but these two guys have a great partnership, so we're putting them in there. Jackson Amell and Daniels in the midfield, Timoteo, Hundle, Faria, and David. So a lot of Vancouver players in this lineup. We'll see. Can Vancouver beat Qatar? It's a possibility. We'll see. Let's see. They've got Syed in goal. We don't know any of these guys. Their captain on the right, Muhaza. Do any of these guys have actual stats? No, they probably don't have stats because they're only going to count this competition's stats. So we don't know anything about these guys. But yeah, we got to watch out for Ali. He's their best player. So let's get to the dressing room. Kind of nervous. We need this win. Let's be passionate. We're the favorites out here, so go out there and give them... Oh, no, they didn't like that. All right, opposition instructions. Definitely need to keep these fullbacks out of there. We need to, not press their defensive midfielder. Or, not tightly mark him anyway. Let's see. We will press them down the middle a little bit. Yeah, maybe we should also press their fullbacks. Can we just press their entire freaking team? Is that Possible? I don't know. Let's get the kickoff. So we're going to try to attack, control the ball, control the game, and score some goals. I mean, people, just score some goals. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. If this is all they can do, if they can just hoof it down the field, we'll be fine. All right, we need extended highlights. This is an important game, big game. If we don't get any movement in the first half, we might try focusing down the wings a little bit. See if we can put some pressure down the wings. They're going to have a lot of guys in the midfield, and maybe we should have the advantage out wide. First half from BBVA Stadium. Here we go. They get a free kick. Start things off. Drop it off. El Hajri. Abdul Abraham gets tackled. Big tackle from Jackson Amel. He's going to boom it downfield. David on the run. That's who we want receiving these. He's got somebody streaking down the middle. It is Hundle down the middle. Can he get the first goal? He cannot, but that was a great shot. Goalkeeper had to defend himself from that one, and then Hundle doesn't go after it. Come on, buddy. Got to show a little bit more effort there, but that was a great counterattack. Here's Hundle now on the free kick, sending one in, and he scores off the free kick. How about that? Redeeming himself. What a goal. That was like 30 yards out. That's outstanding. Here it is, free kick, right foot, just bends it in that top corner, near corner. Goalkeeper could not get there. Team Canada up 1-0. This is the way we wanted to start things out. Hundle on a run, he's a gamer. He's a guy who likes these competitions. He likes playing against the lesser competitions, particularly. So we'll see if he can continue that. Here's Timoteo, sends it across. Faria with the header. Not a lot going on there, but we are putting the pressure on these fellas. That's what we want to see. We want to dominate these guys. We want to show them who's boss. I don't think, one of their drawbacks on their team when I looked at their team was that they're not good goal scorers. So I think they've got to sort of muck it up, get these sorts of plays. They're going to have to score their goals on special teams, because I don't know that they can score on us in many other ways. Maybe getting some plays from their midfield, but shots like that are not going to get past McGee. All right, here we go. Throw in near side Tamori. 30 minutes down. Faria is just brutalized right on the edge of the box. The referee's going to take a look at the video. It didn't look to me like it was anywhere near the box. I mean, it was right on the edge, but it was clearly on the edge, I thought. There we are. We're in our red suit as usual. Zebu Jr. looking good, looking fine. Waiting for this patiently, just arms crossed, patiently waiting for this. Referee alone in the tunnel looking at the replay. Here we go. Replay says outside the box, free kick. No highlight even. Get out. Nothing. Surprising. Qatar with a free kick. Sends it into the wall. Big slide tackle from Tamori. Faria's going to start the counterattack downfield. David wins it. David behind one defender. He's got Hundle again. Tackled by Ali. Big tackle. That was another big counterattack chance. We're starting to take... No, Qatar is starting to take possession. 53%. It's like a foul. No yellow card, though. They're about to give a foul to one of Qatar's players, but not going to do it. 40 minutes. Canada's up 1-0. We're okay with this. Maybe in the second half we can dial it back. Try more possession, try to send it out wide to the wings and see if that works. 45 minutes. Okay. Plus 1 minute of extra time. Timoteo. Okay. Not a lot happening there. Uh-oh, here we go. Final highlight. What's happening? No, halftime. I've never seen that before. A highlight of everybody walking off the pitch. So fairly dominant. 14 shots, 7 on target. They had 3 shots, only 1 on target, and it was not a great shot. I think it's the one that we saw of them just sort of slowly looping it in. So no problems there. Let's tactically, I think, let's go positive in possession. Slow it down. Let's waste some time. Let's focus play down the wings. How about that? How about that? Do we have any analysis? Absolutely not. So let's go back to our pep talk. Where's the pep talk? There's the pep talk. All right, boys. Let's be passionate again. Happy with your performance. Keep it up. Let's go. I'd like to get a little more possession, hold on to the ball, and just sort of choke the life out of these fellas. What's going on here? Video, what? 15 seconds in, we haven't even done the kickoff yet. And this guy's doing a review of something. What's he reviewing? Penalty is given. What? What? Okay. Some sort of, like administrative penalty or something off the kickoff? I don't know. Never seen that before in my life. But, anyway, it's fine. No harm, no foul, I guess. 49 minutes. The clock's just going to roll here. So we're trying to work the ball along the outside. Down the wings. We got, strong players down the wings. Faria's not playing too hot. Here we go. Free kick. Timoteo sends it in. Nobody there. David recovers. Back out to Timoteo. He's onside. Sends it in. Header from Hundle. But Al Sayed is there. 55 minutes. Does the highlight continue as he boots it downfield? Does continue. He boots it. Nobody's there but Tamori. Not a great header. I wish you hadn't done that, my man. Abdullah takes the shot. McGee with the stop. Can't get that kind of garbage past McGee. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Here's Hundle on the run. Trying to take it out wide. Sends it backside to Timoteo. He crosses it. Nobody there. Hundle has it. Hundle with the shot off the post. Hundle seems to be the big man right now. Of all of our offense is going through him at the attacking center mid. There's Timoteo. Corner, far side. Sends it across. Keeper is there. I don't know what kind of corner play we got going on, but it's not working too well. Let's pause it. Let's do our famous changing of the set pieces in the middle of a game. What is this? Right middle. I do not like right middle for this particular instance. Let us load a routine. Let's go cautious. Cautious right. How are we doing left hand side? Left middle. I mean, we've used these before, so we'll go cautious left. So cautious leaves a lot of people back and just sort of sends things, to these few guys. So that's fine. Hopefully that means we don't get caught, after a corner on a counterattack. Not that I'm too worried about it from these guys, but I would just rather be safe than sorry. Of course, now if we do get caught on the counterattack after a corner, it'll just be, ironic and horrible. But hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, 63 minutes. I guess this was their game plan coming into the second half, was to just sort of control the ball and wear them down. We do have 20 shots, 51% possession. So we have improved slightly in the second half, but not incredibly. And we're not scoring goals. I don't know how far we can go in the World Cup if we can't score goals. Teams have done it before. They've made it out of the group stage before not scoring any goals. But I don't know that anybody's won the World Cup without scoring goals. You tell me. Al-Jahiri, shot wide. 75 minutes down already. 22 shots, 10 on target. They have 5 shots. Here we go. El Sayed with a blast downfield. Zlatkovic wins the header. Al Jahiri. Okay, they're messing around with it. Daniels with the win in midfield, but it goes straight back to Ali. Out wide. Fullback on the overlap. He is double covered. He gets the cross in. Please stop him. Oh, no. Done with the foul. It's the only way they can score a goal. Is a penalty. Maybe special teams. I will hate this with a passion if they score here. It looked like a foul. I mean, he sort of kicked him in the shins. We shall see. VAR awards the penalty. All right, it's up to McGee. Who's taking it? Edmilson Jr. is taking it, lining up. Can McGee stop it? Can he come up big? Whoa, he doesn't need to. Jr. boots it into the 25th row. Get out. Okay, Canada sends it out wide. Great pass to Zlatkovic. Timoteo, come on, buddy. You can do something down the wing. Jr. tracking him. Risky pass to Hundle. I'm going to say tricky, but more risky than tricky. Anyway, here he goes. Zlatkovic on the overlap to Timoteo. He's looking. Crosses to Daniels. Daniels got some space. Oh, great pass to Faria. Not in a shooting position, unfortunately, for Faria. Tamori. Oh, he's fouled. There's a penalty. That was inside the box right there. So who do we allow Zlatkovic in the World Cup to take a penalty? I don't know. Should we do it? The young fullback. I'm sure we've got other guys who are better at penalty taking than Zlatkovic. So we'll give it to one of them if possible. All right, let's see. Who does VAR says it's a penalty? Of course it's a penalty. What are you talking about? Get out of here with that. All right, who are we giving it to? El Shamari, are you going to get a card as well? No. Zlatkovic will take the penalty. Oh, my God. Oof. I mean, these are our penalty takers. This is a World Cup team, ladies and gentlemen. World Cup team. We have our best penalty taker is our, 22-year-old left back. Okay. He gets a talking to, and he gets a yellow card. All right. Here we go. Zlatkovic. Can he psych him out? Their penalty taker was awful. Just, calmly put it in the corner. He does. Look at that. The young fullback from Vancouver slots it. That was actually a very good penalty take right there. I mean, Sayed even guessed the right direction. He just couldn't stop it. Cannot stop this young man. Wow. 2-0. They've gone to a 5-4-1. Hundle, free kick. Ooh, he got that past the wall. That was another really good kick. So Vancouver has definitely put a stamp on this World Cup, scoring both goals. I guess you could give Toronto a little bit of the Sean Hundle credit. But, we're the ones who really developed him into an international player. They were sort of letting him wallow in their lower leagues. Here he is crossing to Jaguar. Dunn recovers. Timoteo's going to restart the offense. Let's center it. There we go. Daniels gets it to Jackson Amell. He's got some space. He takes a wide shot. Not great, but 2 minutes of stoppage time. We didn't even look at subs. Don't really need to sub anybody. There's a week between games. That's another great thing. So we can play whoever we want. We don't have to worry about rotating the squad or worry about anything about that. We can just look at the matchups, put in the best team that we think, and there it is. full time, 2-0. That's the way to start the World Cup. 25 shots, 11 on target. 53% possession, we'll take it. Absolutely, positively, we will take it. Let's be passionate. Very happy. You know, we had a game plan. It worked. That's all I have to say. It worked. Was it pretty? I don't know. But at this point, it doesn't need to be pretty. 2-0 win over Qatar. We will take it. Canada hammers Qatar. Canada enjoy near total domination over distinctly average Qatar this afternoon. Advanced forward Sean Hunt will give Canada the lead with a powerful free kick from 28 yards. I said 30, but I guess that's close enough. Things went from bad to worse as Edmondson Jr. missed a penalty from the 80th minute. That could have changed the entire complexion of the game, but then we got our own penalty 3 minutes later. So that would have been sort of heartbreaking for them, but who knows if it would have happened. You know, it's one of those things. It's the butterfly effect. If they get that goal, they don't have to maybe be as desperate. They don't have to foul, and they don't get the penalty. But it does not work out that way. All right, so let's take a look at the competitions. World Cup, here we are, top of our group. Still Norway left to play. Now, how does this work? Who does Norway play next? What's their schedule look like? Senior squad. So they play Qatar a couple of days from now, the 17th, and then the 21st they play Canada. Wow, so we got a real break. We got a real break. Like, we get a week between games, and they get, 4 days. Interesting scheduling there. But that'll be our second and final game in this World Cup group stage. So we'll see. Let's see how this works. If Qatar loses, I think we qualify. I think that's how it works because both teams, 2 teams qualify. Let's double check that. Let's look at the qualifications. I guess we should have done that earlier. That's not what we're looking for. It's probably rules. I remember match the squad registry qualifications. Top 2 teams qualify for the second round. Yeah, so if Qatar gets a goose egg, no points, then we go through. So, maybe this next game isn't going to be too dramatic, but we're going to play it anyway. So we'll see you then. We'll see you next time against Norway. Bye.